Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Hit the link in the description box. Get yourselves some brand new green gear and support my homeboy Gabe El Taib with his new project, The Unstoppable Tyrus, at bigmancomics.com. Wow. Unless you've been living under 10 rocks, you know what happened this weekend. You know what's going on the international stage. The Trump administration green-lit our U.S. military forces to take out multiple Iranian nuclear facilities, military sites, along with the help of the Israeli government. They hit over 900 targets, and the Ayatollah is dead. Like 40 of his cabinet members are fucking dead. I mean, they took him out. Some drone strikes here and there, some sorties here and there, and it's a wrap. So now you have people saying, on both sides, you have some people who are some very notable conservative voices who are saying that Trump lied to us. Trump said no new wars. Not going to do that. He didn't do that in his first administration. No new wars. And so we have no reason but to assume that would be the same thing in his second term. And it has been. This is not a war. Okay, make no mistake, there's no boots on the ground. Plus, you have the war. It's in the title, the War Powers Act. So under the War Powers Act, Trump has 60 days to stop this campaign before he has to seek congressional approval for to declare war. And he also, under the War Powers Act, had to notify the Gang of Eight within 48 hours prior to the mission. The Gang of Eight are a bipartisan group of people. You have the leader of the House and Senate, the Intelligence Committee. Basically, it's a group of people who the president notifies of covert actions that he is going to partake in or that he's going to green light. So he did that, notified the Gang of Eight, and we're well within the 60 days before he has to get congressional approval. So where's the war? Where's the new war? This isn't a war. All right, you can't give me a chicken breast and tell me it's a hamburger. It doesn't meet the criteria. A hamburger is made from ground beef, correct? So if you gave me ground chicken or a chicken patty, that's not a hamburger. So there are no boots on the ground. We're not past the 60 days, and he notified the Gang of Eight. So this isn't a war. This isn't a new war. This isn't a war at all. And Trump has been saying this for at least 15 years. There's a tweet on Twitter, when it was known as Twitter, 15 years ago in 2011, where he said we have to do something about Iran, and unchecked Iran is going to be a fucking problem. He went on Rush Limbaugh's show 15 years ago. Rush Limbaugh is dead. He went on Rush Limbaugh's show 15 years ago, well before he was president, and said, we got to do something about Iran. Clinton didn't do anything. He was too busy getting sucked off. Bush didn't do anything. He couldn't find Iran on a map, that globalist piece of shit. Obama didn't do anything. He was too busy sucking somebody else off. Joe Biden didn't do anything. He couldn't spell Iran. If you spotted him, the I, the R, and the A. So finally, Trump comes in, and it's not like Obama couldn't do anything. He could have declared war if he wanted to. He had the Senate and the House. But he didn't have to because he droned the shit out of the Middle East. I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything about Obama starting another war. This is nothing like George Bush. This is nothing like they have weapons of mass destruction. We're trying to stop Iran from having weapons of mass destruction. So it's not the same thing in the case of Bush. He did not declare war. This is not a new war. Also, look at the Iranian people. Iranian people all around the world. Millions of Iranian people in America out there celebrating, wrapped in the Iranian flag, honking horns, doing that. La, 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 la. I heard that shit too. Chanting in Iranian or Arabic, whatever language they speak. People in the streets of Tehran, the capital of Iran, celebrating, kicking over statues of the Ayatollah, burning his pictures, thanking Trump, thanking America, thanking Netanyahu. Hold on a second. You got Iranians thanking the leader of Israel, a Jew? So if the people of Iran are celebrating and thanking us for doing that, we must be doing something right. Now, what I hope they do is take this opportunity and don't install another dictatorial asshole. Hopefully the lessons that they've learned in blood, 40,000 people he killed? Hopefully the lesson they have learned in blood will not be soon forgotten. They will get a democratic leader in there who will, I don't know, guard their freedom, ensure that they have freedom, tell the women they can take those fucking Carhartt beekeeper outfits off. You can show some leg in the fucking Persian Gulf where it's 1,000 degrees in the summertime. Hey ladies, let's see some ankle, huh? Let's see some wrist. Maybe a neckline or two. Don't get crazy. Don't start showing fingers and arms, but we can start with a wrist and an ankle, maybe. Maybe a forehead. So all these people claiming, oh, Trump lied, he said no new wars. This is not a war. Why is that not known? Why are people saying everything to the contrary? I don't understand this very simple criteria laid out that he has met. So it's not a war. Presidents, ever since we had drones, shit, before that, past presidents have ordered strikes on other countries, have ordered leaders of other countries to be taken out. Wouldn't Gaddafi, didn't Obama fuck him up? And Trump's done this before. He's done airstrikes before. Has it been against the Iranian leader? No. But this has happened before. This is not a war. Now, once we pass the 60 days and he wants to get congressional approval to declare war, then we can talk about it. But as of right now, there are 0 boots on the ground and he is still well within the 60-day requirement. So I don't see what the problem is. Somebody smarter than me, let me know in the comments. What am I missing? The War Powers Act, the powers you have to declare war, he's meeting the criteria, or hasn't met it yet. We haven't hit the 60-day threshold, so I don't see the problem. And everybody comparing it to Bush, the weapons of mass destruction. Trump never said they had weapons of mass destruction. He said we need to stop them from getting them because a nuclear-armed Iran is a problem for the whole world. Remember, Iran has American blood on their hands. With the 240 some Marines, 240 plus Marines that they killed in that bombing at the barracks. The USS Cole, the hostages that were held for 444 days until Reagan came in. Just because they haven't done anything recently doesn't mean that we don't owe them. If you had somebody who killed your first cousin or your sibling 40 years ago, would you forgive them because it's been 40 years? Or would you still want their blood? If you had somebody who murdered a family member of yours in the most gruesome way possible, just because it's been 40 years, you're going to let that shit ride? No. The IEDs that Iran supplied to the terrorists who murdered and maimed our boys and girls overseas. Our men and women who are over there in the sandbox getting all fucked up, that was at Iran's hand, at Iran's direction. So they don't get away with that shit. We're not going to forget that. You're going to pay. You did pay. And not to mention the 20 plus million Iranian citizens who were fucking starving. Starving? You thought that was just some African country shit. You thought only Africans starved. No, talk to Iranian citizens, talk to North Korean citizens who eat sawdust. That's why I don't want to hear shit about the poor people in America. We have poor people compared to American standards, but that's not really poor. That's not the rest of the world poor. That's not third world poor. Our poor have plasma TVs and diabetes. That's not really poor. Our poor have more than one vehicle. Our poor is not like the rest of the world's poor. There were millions of Iranian people starving. And now they're dancing in the streets. Now they're fucking popping and locking in downtown Tehran, and we're supposed to believe over here that Trump did something wrong, that we're in a new war. Give it 60 days, then come at me with that bullshit. But meet me in the comments. Talk to me, Goose. Did I miss something? Is there something I don't know? And why not trust and believe Trump that this is going to work out in our favor? I'm sure there's some kind of financial gain here. I'm sure there's some kind of minerals or natural resources that we're about to lock down from Iran since we took out that piece of shit and freed everybody. Since we took off your shackles, we're going to have to get some of those minerals. We're going to have to get some barrels of that oil, player. We're not doing this shit for free. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. I'm out.